Hey guys, it's Trey and Jordan. We are doing a quick little video on things that we have noticed here in Spain since we've moved here. Um, no particular order. It's just kind of random stuff. The first thing, I'll let you start actually because you wrote that one down.
So these are just things that either we knew ahead of time, but like definitely see here, or things that surprised us, just differences between Spain and the US. So, number one is recycling. They recycle everything. Like every single little plastic wrapper that's around a granola bar, or tinfoil, or um, the meat trays that like meat comes in. I mean, we just are so wasteful. They recycle everything.
Yeah. The next thing is kids playing outside, biking, walking all alone. So it's pretty common to be, on the bike path down by the beach, and some, rogue child is just like riding his bike at you without an adult present, and they're having a blast, and they're perfectly safe, and it's really just different. You normally wouldn't see that in most parts of the U.S. Kids are just out playing, having a good time.
I feel like it reminds me of when we were kids. Like we
Yeah,
biked all over the place, and now they're like, "Oh my gosh, you can't leave your home. People are gonna
right.
murder you."
Yeah, the safety aspect, I think, of the area, it just feels very safe.
And these aren't like, I mean, teenagers. You expect them to be doing their own thing sometimes, but these are like elementary school kids that just
Yeah,
hang out.
yeah, they like congregate in the square and play games, and it's awesome to see.
Public transportation. We all know this about Europe, but it's true. It's so much better. There's trains and buses, and for example, this week the train station was closed and we didn't realize it because they're doing construction, and they arranged buses like very organized to take you all the places you need to go to connect with other trains or other cities just because the train station was closed. And they're for the most part on time, clean, cheap, very very nice.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed that they set up this entire bus system just because the train wasn't running, and you didn't need a ticket or
Yeah, it
anything.
was
It was just
free.
like free because, sorry for the inconvenience kind of deal. And yeah, we went down to Sitges today and took the bus and took the bus back, and it was great, no problem.
They were really fancy buses too,
I know, very nice
like
buses.
coach style, with bathrooms and like leather seats.
Yeah, it
And
was impressive for sure.
yeah.
The next thing is cost, of course. So, eating out, coffee, haircuts, doctors, prescription medications, even some clothing and shoes, home goods, and services, mainly services. Like we had a lawyer for to get our NIE number, very affordable. Getting a lawyer for something like that in the U.S. would have been astronomical. Um, but it's pretty impressive that a lot of things are quite a bit cheaper. The thing that we did notice is that a lot of the groceries are pretty similar. Depending on where you go, like we started going to a pretty fancy grocery store right off the bat, and we noticed when we changed to this other grocery store that it was significantly cheaper. So just like the US, it depends on where you go.
But I mean, we go out for this morning. We had two coffees and two croissants, and it was like €5.
Yeah,
So like just over
super cheap.
$5-6. Like that does not happen back home.
Yeah, so we're getting coffee and croissants
A
a
lot.
lot.
Go to the gym, go get a coffee and a
Yeah,
pastry.
yeah.
That's how that
I
works,
need a
right?
little treat.
So it's not on our list, but I'm gonna add in, since we're talking about the food and the coffee, is that the quality of food is so much better.
Oh yeah.
Like you just feel healthier all the time. Like they just don't allow crap in their stuff. And even if it's the same product, like cereals, for example, is one thing
Mm.
I've noticed. The same exact type of cereal back home is covered in sugar, and theirs have zero sugar, to the point where I'm like, this kind of tastes like cardboard because I'm not used to it. But ketchup tastes different. Like everything just doesn't have sugar in it. The bread is so fresh. Like you go to the grocery store and you can pick out your own loaf for like $1. It's amazing.
Yeah, I don't have like the statistics on hand or the actual numbers, but there's like thousands of things that are in our food in the US that they don't allow here in Europe at all, just because it's poisonous. So it's interesting that the quality of food is noticeably different. Yeah, just by taste alone. Um, let's see, where are we at? Oh, walking, biking. I'm going to walking, biking apparently.
Cool.
Everyone is outside. So instead of just like going to your house and spending time alone at home or with your family constantly, everyone's out on the boardwalk by the beach. Everyone's in the town square area. You see kids, grandparents. I mean, everybody. They work out outside. They hang out with neighbors. The coffee shops and the restaurants have outdoor seating almost everywhere. So it's pretty noticeable that everybody is outdoors.
And I guess I'm going to go out of order and piggyback off that, but their outdoor spaces are for the community. So, for example, like in the town we're in, the entire coast is beaches. And there's a couple restaurants, but they're set back far enough so there's still a path, like a huge wide boardwalk for you to walk on, plus the beach. Like you can't, there's no hotels or people's houses that are owning the beach. The beach is for the community. It's not for some rich person to live on. There's, I mean, so many amenities that are for people. I mean, they have tons of like wheelchair accessible boardwalks down to the water. They have like every little strip has, I mean, I'm talking every 400 feet, there's a spot with showers, with a bench to sit on, a foot wash station. There's outdoor workout equipment all along the way.
Yeah, that's
and
really
like
cool.
People use it constantly. So it's cool that they build their communities for people, just lay people, and it's all free. I mean, the beach has a library, it has bathrooms. It's just very different.
Yeah, super cool. Kids are expected in restaurants. So like back home, I know there's some restaurants where like, Americans would be kind of annoyed if you brought your kid in there. It's just expected here that there's going to be kids and they're going to be running around. They're not going to be like sitting at the table necessarily.
They scooter all over.
Yeah, they're like on the boardwalk playing on their scooter while their parents are sitting there eating dinner. And that's just normal, So kids definitely, they're welcome in any space pretty much.
Another thing with the restaurants, or just food in general, portion sizes are smaller. They're for like actual size people. We eat what we're given. You don't see like really big people walking around Europe at all. I think it's probably the food quality plus the portions plus the culture of just movement. But walking, yeah. But I mean, you go get a coffee, you order a coffee. It doesn't come in multiple sizes. It is a physical cup of coffee.
It's just a little bitty cup.
There's no grande. There's no extra large fries. It just is what normal humans should be eating.
Yeah, and I haven't felt like I was wanting more after a meal by any means. No. It's plenty of food. It's just you're not uncomfortably full after you gorge yourself on this giant meal. It's just, that was good. I had enough.
You don't really take leftovers home either.
No, because there's there's only enough really for you to finish in one sitting, and then you're good.
And then following that, they don't rush you. Like restaurants or just life in general is supposed to be slower. So you sit down, it might take them a while to get your order, and they never come and hand you the bill. Like you could sit there for hours. They expect that. Like if you want to leave, you have to physically get up or motion for them to come over to pay and leave. Like they don't try to get you out the door. So most people in Spain will spend 2 hours having a meal.
Yeah, that was definitely a different thing for me, because in the US I feel like it's like a production thing. Like they have to get you sitting down, get you to eat, and then get you out of there so they can replace you with somebody else. But it's more just set up for enjoyment. It's like, well, enjoy your time here and relax.
It's supposed to be like a social thing.
Right.
Which is great 99% of the time. The downfall is like, okay, we have an hour to kill before an appointment.
Yeah.
you better plan out when you're getting that check, because you're going to be sitting there trying to figure out how you're supposed to pay when you got to go.
Or just what we found is you go to a place where you pay at the counter and then get your food, and then we can leave as soon as we're done. Because like if you have somewhere to be, you're kind of SOL unless you do that. The next one is siesta in the middle of the day. Everything shuts down, which is awesome. I think it's awesome. Some people don't, but it's just traditional. Of course, everyone knows about this here in Spain. But yeah, middle of the day, shops close down, grocery stores close down. Like it's time for people to go home and rest. And I think that built-in rest time is super important. Just as a human, we need rest, right? I mean, it makes people happier when they come back to work. It's a really amazing system that they've got figured out, which is awesome. It's inconvenient if you are going to Sitges during siesta and you're like, oh, it's siesta time. Like there's nothing to do or see or get or anything. So you do have to plan your time if you're going to go somewhere. You don't want to go during siesta. But that's okay. You just got to plan ahead.
And siesta is normally like 2 to 5, 2 to 6, somewhere in there. And like where we're staying, Castelldefels is doesn't have that like old town charm necessarily. So like stuff doesn't shut down here very much.
Not as often. So it is dependent on where you're at. Sitges is a little more traditional. Castelldefels is a little more modern, I guess you would call it. There's a lot of expats that live here, especially British expats. Mm-hmm. So it's a little different here than it is in Sitges. And I've heard that it's a little different in Barcelona as well, depending on where you go.
Yeah. The hours in general are just different. And again, most people know this about Spain, but everything's just shifted later. Mm-hmm. So for example, it was noon today and we were hungry. Well, if you go into a restaurant that it's open and they have a full menu, like we've sat down at 1, 2 o'clock before and there's a whole menu and they go, it's too early for that. Like we're not serving food. You can have a pastry, you can have like a croissant and a coffee, but that's all we got.
Yeah.
Everything is, people normally eat food, 3, 4 o'clock. And then dinner is definitely after 8 p.m.
Oh yeah.
Like
super late.
Yeah. 10, 11 p.m. The only places that are open at like American hours are the tourists sitting down, and they're much more expensive.
Yeah, they're kind of tourist traps. It's pretty obvious if they're open that early.
And everyone sitting in there is just speaking English, and we paid double for like not super good. I mean, it wasn't anything fancy.
Nothing fancy, but yeah, they just know that Americans and expats from outside of Spain are gonna want to eat early, and they take advantage of that.
So try to find those little local spots that don't, if they're open at noon to serve you lunch, you're going to get charged for it.
Right. I'll go with that one. Smoking is really common. We lived in Washington State, which I think is a bit of a bubble in that it wasn't super common to see a bunch of people smoking. But yeah, here it's pretty normal. You walking down the street, you're like in a tunnel and you've got like 3 people smoking ahead of you and you're like, oh geez. But it's just normal. It's just part of the culture here.
All the tables have ashtrays on them outside.
Yeah.
You can sit and smoke in the restaurant.
Yeah, I saw a girl the other day with a bottle of wine and a box of cigarettes, and she just sat there for like 2 hours. It was great.
Solid. Everyone's like dressed nicer. We pretty much purged our wardrobe. I mean, I have a little bit of wording on my shirt here, but this is like the only shirt I own right now that has words on it. I've seen it more here than other parts of Spain, to be honest. Like the beachy,
especially Sitges, because there's a lot of international people that come in and out.
Yeah, but in general, like if you have words across your shirt, that just screams you're a tourist. I mean, they don't just like to advertise for companies, and then you don't, you would go to school back home and wear, sweatpants and a sloppy sweatshirt, and that would be totally fine. And they are either in uniforms or like you are dressed up.
Yeah.
And even if you're wearing gym clothes, they look like nice gym clothes. It's not like, I tend to wear whatever was dirty from the day before, and they're in like matching tracksuits or like button up shirts and khakis or.
Yeah, the people here just dress
Stylish.
nice, and they're pretty stylish. Yeah. I mean, guys, girls, everyone in between, like they're just
Kids.
dressed up, and because they're outside of their house, like they don't need an occasion to dress up, which is kind of cool, I think. People use a lot of cologne and perfume. It's just a weird thing that I noticed because I notice weird things. But yeah, you'll be like on the bus or on the train, you're like, man, like that guy smells really good. I don't know. It's just more common here than, or I noticed it more here than in the US. So that's just a quirky thing that I
saw. The streets are really clean, like both in terms of like physically. I mean, there are people outside every day, like pressure washing the streets, sweeping all the pine needles up. There's no garbage. Like the streets are just like really clean. And there's also, I think I've seen maybe one homeless person the entire month we've been here. Like there's just not people or trash or litter or dirt on the streets.
We haven't run across, a major homeless population here, which I'm not sure what that's the result of. I think that they have affordable housing. There's a lot of different reasons, I'm sure, but yeah, especially compared to Olympia, Washington, where we came from, that had a pretty large homeless population. Yeah, there's hardly anybody on the streets that are just, houseless people.
And if I was houseless, I would definitely want to be houseless when it's like, 70 to 80 degrees year round and sunny, as opposed to like cold and rainy. But they, I mean, think about all the social services that they have.
Yes.
I mean, if you're a Spanish citizen, you have free healthcare and free education, and you just get help with life.
Yeah. So it makes sense,
Oh, hi. I kind of talked about that already with the amenities. Public.
Oh yeah. So public bathrooms aren't really readily available. We did mention that there was a bathroom down at the beach, but that's kind of a one-off. Like if you're walking around town and you've got to use the bathroom, you need to sit down and like buy something, or B, you have to pay for it with like coins, which was interesting to me. So not a lot of public bathrooms, but if you do run across a bathroom that A, you have to pay for, or B, you have to sit down and buy something in order to use, they're very clean and very nice. But that was different.
And they're not, I mean, you can't like go in a grocery store or a gas station. Like they don't have public bathrooms.
Yeah.
It has to be like a restaurant, like a cafe. You're going to sit down and have a cup of coffee, which we've had to do.
Yeah.
You're at the train station, there's no bathrooms. You're at the mall, there's no bathrooms.
Right. Yeah. Interesting.
No water fountains either.
Yeah. So about the water fountains, most people here, we've noticed in Spain, buy bottled water, and we've started buying water at the grocery store. The tap water it's not bad that I know of, but like it tastes different than what I'm used to. And so we noticed that we weren't drinking enough water. And so we started buying these big jugs, and everybody does it. So that was different as well.
Yeah. They care about animals. Like, I think it's sad when, as a society, I feel like they care more about animals than the US cares about people.
Oh.
But I mean, they have stray cats and stuff, and all over the place. There's people like petting them. They have little stations. They take these big water jugs that everybody buys, and they like cut them open and put food and water in there for them, and like build them little shelters. And
yeah, there's like little cat shelters in random places for stray cats. But they care. I think they care about their animals. There's also a lot of people that have dogs.
Yeah.
Tons of dogs. You'll see them on the beach. You'll see them walking their dogs in the street or on the
In the
boardwalk.
mall.
In the mall, yeah, dogs are allowed in the mall, which is crazy cool. Um, yeah, so they really care about their furry animals, the little critters. Let's see, what do we got left? I can't read your handwriting.
Oh, I was just saying the time is calmer.
Oh, like
No
as
one's ever
far
in a
as,
rush.
oh, absolutely. So, like, I noticed this with the train not working this week. All week long, the train from here down to Sitges all the way up to Barcelona, like, all of it's stopped because they're doing construction. No one was really pitching a fit. It was just like, okay, where do we go? Where's the bus? Like, no one was upset. Everyone's just like, well, we get there when we get there, you know.
And it was a good like hour and a half, 2 hours to like,
Oh yeah,
wait for it and then drive. And,
yeah, and they were just like, oh well,
and normally it takes like 15 minutes to get there.
and usually, like in the U.S., I would always try to be somewhere like 10 minutes early or 15 minutes early. Here, it seems like if you show up on time, that's great. If you don't, it's fine. You know, if you're 5 minutes late, that's expected. 10 minutes late, that's fine. So time is just, whenever you get there. They're way more relaxed.
Yeah.
So that's kind of everything that we noticed so far. I'm sure there's a lot more that we aren't thinking of, but
I just thought of one. I'm gonna throw it in.
there you go.
Bike paths.
Oh yeah.
Bike paths are everywhere, like actual bike lanes everywhere. And
Yeah.
and or crosswalks are not a suggestion. Like they stop for you 100% of the time. Like if you come up to a road and you're at a crosswalk, all the cars stop. It's amazing. Like I mean, I'm still used to like having to like be careful because I feel like people just run you over in the US. And
Well, I think that's due to the fact that there's not as many pedestrians walking places in the US. You're more looking out for cars because it's such a car culture. But here it's more of a walking culture, and so there's more people walking. You have to pay more attention to pedestrians.
But the locals, I mean, they don't even look up. Like there's a
Oh,
crosswalk,
I
they
know,
just walk
they
through
walk straight through.
because everyone stops, which
Yeah.
is
And
awesome.
be careful following somebody through a crosswalk. I did that today. They went when it was red, and I was like, oh, okay. And yeah, I shouldn't have walked. That was a bad idea. Anyways, so that's pretty much everything that we've noticed so far. Thank you for following our channel. If you're following us, we're going to try to put up more content more often, but we're doing our best.
Yeah. I think the next one we're going to make is on our NIE number and buying a car.
Right. That's a big one. So that'll be next. So stay tuned.